me down to the valley low. Take me down to the river. Take me down to the forest dark, where my soul quivers. I will climb the mountain high until I reach the sky, and walk where the eagle flies and bathe in the sunrise. Take me to the Cascade flow. Take me to the place so low, where all the green grass grows and where the breezes flow. And I will climb the mountains high until I reach the sky, and I will walk where eagles fly and bathe in the sunrise. And I will climb the mountains high until I reach the sky, and I will walk where eagles fly and bathe in the sunrise. Good morning, everyone. I have a crow up here in this tree that is like flying from tree to tree, squawking, I guess at me, but I don't really know. It's going to be a great day though. Big mild day again. The rain just stopped probably 20 minutes ago, but as you could see, there's no puffy on me. It is mild, and I get to start the day off with just the base layer and t-shirt. Probably about 50 degrees right now, or close to it. And it's supposed to get up to 60 today, so with the sun, and get even warmer tomorrow, so happy about that. But getting ready to wrap around a lake here, and it's still pretty darn cloudy, so I don't think I'm going to get to see a sunrise, but those clouds might move out quick. I don't know. All I know is if I do, I hope it hits while I'm at that lake, because that will be epic. Alrighty, let's conquer. Hi, buddy. Well, if you haven't heard my story last year about the 4 raccoons that were just sitting around where I was sleeping in a shelter, watching me sleep when I woke up, then you need to go check that out. But that was weird. That raccoon just ran up, and yes, it was on the other side of a fence, but it ran up to where I was, and then just laid down and looked at me like a puppy dog would. That was so weird. And then just decided, okay, I'm gonna run away now. Wasn't worried about me in the least bit. Thought I was his friend. I don't know. Maybe I am the raccoon whisperer. By the way, for the record, I just want to say I made the right decision yesterday in taking that Nero. Thank you, McDonald's. I owe it all to you. Not just because of the McDonald's either. It ended up being an all-day rain. I think there was like 2 or 3 breaks for like 10 or 15 minutes, but it was a pretty hard downpour with some pretty high wind gusts. So I'm glad I was under cover and got some good food in me and starting off today. Sometimes you're just at the right place at the right time. And obviously, I'm not scared of the rain. Rain doesn't bother me. I lived in Florida for 25 years. And I've spent a lot of my time outside of Florida on the West Coast in the PNW, where pretty much rains all the time too. So it's just yesterday I happened to be at the right place at the right time. I'm going to get rained on a lot. I didn't have to get rained on yesterday. I had a choice at the right place at the right time to get off. And I'm glad I did, because I couldn't get the chill off me until probably like 5 or 6 in the afternoon, after I took a hot shower and sat in front of a heater for about 20 or 30 minutes. It just wasn't going away for some reason. That wind was kicking up big. It wasn't much above freezing until night when it started raising the temperature. But I was asleep then. So now it's real mild, and it's going to be dry the next few days at least. But I'm glad I took it. Just at the right place at the right time. Not just escaping the rain, but taking cover from the wind and the chilliness that would have happened being another 2,000 foot up from where I was at the hostel. So it's good to be at the right place at the right time sometimes. This water is really beautiful blue teal color, and that's without the sun out right now. Imagine what this looks like with the sun shining on it. It's beautiful. I don't know what that is, but it looks cool. Here at the Watauga Lake Dam. That's a pretty cool piece of equipment. An amazingly cool area right here where the trail connects to the dam and you walk over it, and all these rock formations on the mountains around here are just absolutely gorgeous. Look at that, the sun is starting to peek through a little bit. Oh yeah, beautiful. Woo! Still walking along the lake, but way up high, gaining elevation pretty much consistently. See the lake down there. For the next like 37 miles or so to Damascus, it is a lot of ridge walking. I don't know for sure, but I don't even think I really summited any mountains in this next 37 miles. Just doing a lot of walking along the ridges. I know there's a couple of fields that or pastures or meadows that I walk through coming up here later today, I believe, according to the map. But besides that, just a lot of in between the tree views of the mountains, walking high on the ridges. So it's going to be one of those grind days. But even when you have a grind day, you still end up getting, I guess that was a branch. Felt something touch my leg. Like, what the heck? Did something fall out of my backpack? Did an animal just lick me? What happened? I think I just kicked the branch up. But yeah, it's going to be one of those grind days. But even the grind days end up having beautiful views when you least expect it. But even this is beautiful. I would say 99.9% of everything I see is beautiful. I say 99.9 because I have ran into some areas of forest. It's pretty darn ugly because of blowdowns and just trashy, like a storm just went through. And other areas where it has not been kept up and people go and litter and everything else. And I can only do so much when I'm out here to clean that stuff up. I try to take things out when I find them, but it's not always easy when you have a full pack and don't have a lot of room. But anyway, excuse me, most of everything is beautiful. The rocks, even the blowdown sometimes. Fire burns, fire damage has its own mysterious beauty. The lakes, the rivers, the canyons, the mountains, the valleys, the gaps, especially those mountains, baby. It's all beautiful. And I love to see it all. I love to be in its grips, feeling the peace and serenity and love that it gives. It's definitely warmer today, but it's also very humid. Sweating a lot, but it's not even that warm yet. Going to get up to about 60, like I said. Definitely not there yet, maybe 50. But right now, climbing up this first big ridge, getting basically to the top of what I'll be walking for the next 30-something miles. Kind of in a cloud or in a bunch of fog, either way, so it's creating a mist, almost like a really light sprinkle. So it's not necessarily raining, but it's not necessarily dry either. Feels good, to be honest, and I know it's not going to last all day. Sun will be burning through this fog eventually, and that'll help me dry out before I camp tonight. But like I said, it's pretty mild anyway. But that mist feels good right now. Can't say that at any point in this trip so far that the mist has felt good, because the mist has been cold anytime I was in it. So it's kind of refreshing. That's rain. Nothing too bad. Some bigger drops though. It's coming down, but not too extremely hard. It's only 9 o'clock in the morning, so plenty of time for that to move out. Apparently just it's a rain cloud above the mountain here. You can see it socked in. That's where the lake is over there. You can barely see that. Socked in with fog and low cloud. But well, hopefully that'll move out and dry out today. That's what it's called for. It's no 0% chance of rain after, like noon and on. So see what happens. Woo, that was a nice little 1 hour storm. I'm soaked. My backpack is soaked. At one point I realized it wasn't going to stop for a while, so I was going to get my cover out, but it's on the outside pocket of the backpack, so it was soaked already. I'm like, yeah, I know that sun's gonna pop out eventually and it'll dry everything out. And now it's slowed way down, just a couple sprinkles here and there. But right there, you can see that sun is burning through the fog and the clouds. So here within 30 minutes or an hour, it should be sunny and drying things out. Like I said, it's still early, so I got several hours of hiking to go. I'm not worried about things drying out. And if I stop, to eat something, which I'm sure I will. I don't necessarily like eating while I'm walking. I like to stop for 5 minutes or so, scarf it down real quick, and then continue on. But I'll lay anything out that might be a little damp. This pack is pretty good. Even if I don't put a cover on, it usually doesn't get wet inside. The other one did, just because it was worn. It was same pack, but I had it for a couple years, so it was getting worn and some holes from scuffing and such. So water would get up into it a little bit. Still wasn't that bad then. This might be a little wet at the very top on the inside. But even what, I don't have covered in there with the trash bag is going to, be just that top layer. So I pack things accordingly to make sure that the things that I don't mind getting a little damp is on top. So still climbing ridges, up and down, up and down, up and down. Big story of the next couple of days. A lot of blowdowns again that have to detour around or up and over. But looks like the rain's completely done now. And that sun's coming through quick. It's going to warm up and dry out real quick, and I'm excited. Started raining again. Nothing too heavy this time, just a light sprinkle or a light rain, I guess is a good way to say it, because it's definitely coming down harder than a sprinkle. But I did have a chance to look at the radar and the weather, see if anything had updated or changed at the top of a ridge. And see how I want to tackle this one. Let's go here. Another nice blowdown. Cross over on this one. And go back down to the trail. So, the radar shows nothing. There's no rain at all. Even where I am right now, even though it's raining on me. But you'll have that when you're up in the mountains, because the mountains do what they want. Obviously, those clouds sit up at the top of the mountains and kind of just sit there like what's happening here and create moisture. And then there's rain. But on the weather report, the hour by hour, the Google that I use for the next closest mountain or whatnot, it's actually saying it's raining right now. This hour and a 40% chance the next hour. And then at noon, it'll be sunny and sunny for the rest of the day. So it's pretty much unchanged that it's going to be sunny this afternoon. The only difference was the rain lasted a little bit longer, the rain chance, I should say, into the morning than what was originally forecasted. I've said it before and I'll say it again. The weather doesn't normally read the weather forecast. It does what it wants. So it's going to do what it wants regardless. And I just got to deal with it and take it. I mean, this is not bad at all. Trust me. This is refreshing, actually, because of the temperature outside. So, and obviously I'll have plenty of time to dry off. So it's really nice and refreshing for sure. And this fog. Love to see the fog once in a while. Not all the time, but definitely gives that mysterious look to the forest. See, as of right now, there's no rain falling where I am. So it's definitely slowing down and trying to move out and make way for the sun. The sun will have its chance today to shine. I just know it. Here's a shelter. And, oh, nice. Trash. Have to carry that out with me when I leave. And here would be probably a pretty good view on these rocks, but it's all socked in with fog. But I'm going to stop here and see what other trash I have to pick up. Have to. I don't have to, obviously. But that sun, oh yeah, that's warm. Just busting through that fog right there. But it's still beautiful, even though there's fog down there. But I'm going to stop here and eat some food. My first lunch, I guess. And I've definitely seen dirtier ones. So, salt and vinegar chips and some cheese and some peanut butter sounds downright awesome. It's noon right now, and I am about 12 miles in and about 3,000 feet of elevation. Nothing too serious or steep today with the elevation. Got my trekking pole caught there. Just a lot of ups and downs. Some people call them PUDs, pointless ups and downs. I don't really look at these at PUDs or pointless because obviously you're following a ridge line pretty much this whole area. So there's going to be ups and there's going to be downs. Now, the S-curves, sometimes I think those are pointless, like on a flat area where you're not going up or down, and all of a sudden the trail just goes S-curve, S-curve. Like, well, you could literally just walk right down the middle there because that's flat there too, but whatever. Follow the trail. I wonder how many miles that adds to it, the S-curves from beginning to end. Inquiring minds want to know. But I got about 12 more miles, 3,000 feet of elevation more to go to get to where I possibly might camp tonight. Or I might keep going with these mild temperatures, especially if that sun comes out. It's going to be feeling good, getting that vitamin D and some warmth. I might just keep going, do a couple hours of night hiking too. Who knows? Play it all by ear. The closer I get tonight, the less I have to do tomorrow into Damascus. And the earlier I get town food. Looking forward to seeing my friends, Derwin and Faye. Met them. Well, I met Derwin last year. Faye wasn't available, but Trail Angels that treated me as I came into town to a nice meal and a stay at a hostel. Really appreciate that, and they're doing that again this year. So, hearts of gold, helping out hikers as they come through. They feel it's their calling to help out. Obviously, that doesn't mean they're helping out everybody that comes through, because that's going to be an awful lot in the bubble. But looking forward to speaking with Derwin, because he, I guess, is going to be through hiking himself this year. So looking to get a little more information about that. Find out the story of when and where and all that good stuff. Anyway, that's what's on for tomorrow, but for today, grinding out these miles on this ridge line. Hopefully no more rain and everything will be dry from here on out. And drying my pack and clothes out, which are pretty much dry now, but once that sun comes out, it'll even be drier. It's a great, beautiful day to climb all around the mountains. Doesn't look like any summits, but all around the mountains. Walking through the air, yeah. This morning when I woke up, I had some donuts and I had some cereal with milk and some coffee. And then I had some more donuts. And then I just felt like hiking. So I hiked. And I hiked. And I kept hiking. And when I was tired, I sat down. And when I was hungry, I ate. But then I hiked. And I hiked. My name is Fortune. Not to be confused with Forrest Gump. He liked to run. I like to hike. Seriously though, I'm feeling kind of beast mode today. I don't know why. I could just tell sometimes. I have that look on my face and I'm just pushing through everything. No pain, nothing like that. Just fog, rain, ups, downs, rocks, roots, blowdowns. I just keep pushing and pushing. Really good pace today. And right now close to 4,000 of elevation already. I don't know. I can't tell the future. So I don't know what I'm going to be feeling like at 5 or 6. But this might be one of those days that I surpass a 30 for the day. Because I do feel like that. I just feel like hiking and hiking. There's not too many summits in the area. In fact, I don't think there's any. I keep saying not too many because I don't know of any. But I might cross one and see it on the map and have not noticed. But as of right now, I'm just grinding and loving walking the ridge line. And who knows what today's going to bring. But right now, not to be egotistical at all. Because I say this humbly. Because the strength comes from within, and up here in my mind, it's nothing that I am being prideful about. I'm humbled that I can do this with the problems and sicknesses that I've had in my life the last 5 and 6 years. I just feel like living it every second of every day, and today is beast mode day. If the other days aren't, today definitely feels like it is, but it honestly feels like that every day. Today just a little bit more, and it might have a little bit to do with the warmth. Spring fever, you know. I don't know, but this could be a really strong long day, or it could just be a normal 20 to 25. I'm feeling it right now though. Basically, I'm just saying, I am one grateful man, husband, and mountain lover. How can I not be thankful for all that I have in front of me? I don't know if you could see it between all those trees, but those are farms and green down in the valley below. The fog is either lifting or I'm below these clouds, and the clouds are lifting. As it's starting to clear out, you could see the sky get a little more blue right there. Sun trying to break through. I love it. Little farmland over there. I have no idea if you could see this, but it's a sight for sore eyes to be able to see down the valley when you're walking on ridges. I love it. Looking down in the valley with the shadows from the clouds. Wow. You don't get to see it a whole lot with a lot of tree covers along this ridge line, but you can see it all the time as long as there's no fog. It's hard to focus in with the camera, but right here is a good opening. It's beautiful. About 20 miles in for the day. about 4,200 of elevation. It's kind of leveled out because it's at the top of the ridge, so it's just little ups and downs right now. Takes a dip here soon, down into a gap or a road, and then climbs again. The next campsite or camping spot at a shelter is about 5 miles. That was the one that I was thinking of going to, but it really is going to depend on what time I get there. And, you know, I might just eat and then figure it out from there. If I eat and still have some time left, even if it's just a little bit of dark, might go to the next one, which is 4 or 5 miles down from there. But it's a lot of descension, so not a lot of elevation, so it would go pretty quickly, which would get me right around 30 miles for the day. But I don't know yet. I might just stay at the next shelter, which would get me 25 or 24 and a half, something like that. You never really know till you're there, because sometimes it looks like it's saying it's 4.5 and ends up being 4.75 or something, so who knows. But somewhere in that area of 24 or 25 miles. Oops, almost tripped. Well, I did trip. I just didn't fall. But I don't know if you could see here on both sides of me. I'm walking right on this ridge right now, so views on both sides in between the trees. But that's where everything is right now. Still making really good time today. I think it's like 3:20 or 3:30. So we'll definitely be at this shelter by 5-ish. So depending on how I feel, I'd probably eat there, so I wouldn't have to eat when I got to the next shelter. And who knows, I might stop at a campsite in between if there is one too. You know, like I said, if I could just get a little closer tonight, it makes it less for tomorrow. But either way, I have to do it. So, I mean, I'll be leaving myself 18 miles or so for tomorrow, and that's not bad at all. I'd be done with that by 1 or 2 in the afternoon. So, I don't know, just playing it by ear. Right now, just cruising, coming up to, like I said, this gap or road, and then I think there's like a meadow or something. So, might be some really good views. But right now, just grinding out these miles. Hope your day's going good. I love a nice meadow. So peaceful. Surrounded by all the mountains. Blue skies with big cumulus clouds. Absolutely beautiful. I am hungry. That's nothing new though. I'm pretty much always hungry. Can't eat enough to really satisfy me, and if I do, it satisfies me for like 30 minutes. And then I need more. So what happens when you hike a lot and burn thousands of calories a day and only eat a fraction of that to maintain until you get to towns? But I digress. I'm about a third of a mile from the shelter, and I'm gonna cook me some food. Have an idea tonight. Ramen with my smoked sausages or beef jerky sausages, whatever you call them. Beef links. And chopped up in there. The beef flavor for the ramen. A couple scoops of peanut butter. And some A1 sauce. That is going to be delightful. I am not going to go on tonight, as I was wrong. The next shelter or campsite is 7 miles away, not 4. So that's a little too far for where I'm wanting to go. I'm going to get to the shelter about 5 o'clock here. So it's about 10 till right now. So gonna make some dinner, go to bed early, get up real early. I'll have 18 miles tomorrow. Fairly cruisy, not too much elevation at all, over 18 miles, and quite a bit of descension coming into the town of Damascus. 18 miles from Virginia. Woo! So, gonna eat my food, gonna get some water, gonna do my stretches, and then I'm gonna crash. The eating part will take 30 or 45 minutes because I eat a lot. But today, 24 and a half miles, 5,300 of elevation. Gotta love those numbers. Anytime I'm between 20 and 25, I'm a happy camper. All right, see y'all in the morning, bright and dark. Actually, dark and early is what I meant, not bright and dark. Dark and early. Maybe I'll catch a good sunrise in the morning. All right, y'all, live life. My home for the night, as I will not be setting up a tent because it's wet from earlier. Down there is where the water is, the blue blaze. And right here is where I just came from. And right here is where I will leave in the morning.